Rick Lewis. Current role, I guess I'd say I'm a lead. I started in 2009, August of 2009. I was just a new guy off the street, really no construction background. You know, I knew I liked shop class and I liked being outside. And my brother worked here, and brother-in-law, good friend of mine right now. He worked here as well, all three of them did. And that kind of got me a shoe in, talking with Dan and getting an interview set up, and got me a job here and just moved forward. I guess as a new guy, it was a rough go. You know, just, you're 19, you've never worked in the real world. I mean, all you've known is school and, hanging out, whatever, fishing with buddies, and, you've had summer work, which can be labor intensive if you chose a job like that. But when you came here, it's the real world. I mean, it's, you do it. Back then, there wasn't, it was all ladders. So you were climbing ladders nonstop, and we had different safety regulations back then to where, you were doing a lot of climbing, and if you weren't ready for it, it kicked your butt. And you had guys, all the foremen, they were 20 years or better, they were old school. And I guess looking back, I might have thought they were hard on me then, but they made you a better person. You may have looked at it as, they're on you about not being able to carry as many boards, but it drove you, it challenged you, it made you a better person. It gave you a reason to try and do better. And that, I guess it was Gene's foreman, Jerry Berg. I worked with him, and he's just an amazing guy, and he was many years here, and I wouldn't have traded an experience with him for the world. He may have been hard, but at the end, once I moved up in the ranks, me and him got along great. It was a good feeling to have, when you earn someone's respect like that. And it made all the hardships we went through as a young person to who we are now. We're running more equipment now. We have the resources to get that equipment. It makes job sites safer. We're not juggling around with skid loaders. We have enough for when we need them, they're there. We have lifts for getting more done with one single movement than we would with a ladder where you're restricted to, your arm's reach. And, you have a platform you can work out of, you have all your tools at your access, you have just the ability to get a lot done, you have the ability to focus on people around you, the situations going on, to keep everybody else safe. I think for new guys, it really helps them, if they're scared of heights. It gives them something to stand in versus, they're climbing on and having to let go with a hand or something to do a job. Or it's a lot safer. And I think it's really increased our ability to get stuff done. I love being outside. It could be raining, snowing, windy, whatever. It's constant fresh air. You get to see changes of the season. You get to interact with your fellow coworkers on your crew, or if you have another crew show up, you get to interact with them and kind of be able to joke around. Working here, you're at work, but you're spending more time with these people than you do with your home life. They become family. And that's, everybody, is a brother type situation, and you're looking out for the best of them. And I think that's why when I left for a while, it's part of the reason I wanted to come back is to come back to that, is to be with the guys that no matter what happened, I mean, something blindsides me, they're gonna make sure I'm taken care of, and I can do the same for them. And it's just little things like that. I mean, interactions, you know, you get to hear about their home life, you get to tell them about your home life, and it's just, it makes you feel good. You can help them lift their spirits, they can help lift yours if you're having a bad day or if they're having a bad day. And that's the little things that I like about it. Well, we show up in the morning, being there to turn in hours and DVRs, and you get to hear a little more from an experienced level to drive you to be higher with that. And then, you know, you get in the truck and, you know, you have a rundown of, you know, what happened the night before. And then, you know, you talk about the job and what you want to get done. You know, whether it's your roofing that day or, you know, depending on what's going on with the building, you know, you might be ordering concrete for backfilling holes. And so you're talking about how you want to get everything set up and who you want to do certain tasks. That way you're thinking ahead and everything just lined up as the day goes on. So I talk to my foreman about that. He talks to me about what he wants done. And then we can kind of divide and conquer once we get out on the job site. You know, I'll take another guy and get him lined up with what I want him to do, and my foreman will tell another guy what he wants him to do, and you know, then we just either team up or split up. When I started, I've watched guys come in, and now that I've come back, the guys that I trained are now foremen. You know, they went to the school and they became foremen, and I'm looking at it as going, why didn't I? And I'm seeing how these guys are putting out good numbers, you know, and I helped train them. And, you know, that I was always the guy on the crew that kind of got stuck with the new guys, just kind of ease them into things and teach them the rundown of the building, and then, you know, then they bounced from me to my foreman, or, you know, go work with this guy, and you know, you'll learn your trim, things like that. I do see myself wanting to step up. You know, I never asked. I asked to be on the driver's list. That was the only thing I asked for. But everything else after that, just kind of, I earned. You know, and Dan, he just knew, and you know, he bumped me up to a lead, and you know, I guess I always just filled those shoes before he made me the next position higher. And the next step would be a foreman, and I feel like with the foreman I've had, the training I've had, the experience I've been through, I could do that too. Cleary Building Corp has given me the ability to travel, see the country, do something I'm passionate about. They've always been good on giving me resources to reach out to, talk to Dan if I have a problem, or talk to Scott if I have a problem, call another foreman. I got to build the addition here at headquarters right as soon as I got hired back on. As soon as I came back, I got to build this, and it was a privilege to, you know, have something, you know, I can drive by here and be like, you know, I built that, and Cleary's given me that ability across the, you know, kind of the country, you know, entire Midwest. I drive by, and whether I'm with my girlfriend or family members or something, you know, I can point out a building and go, hey, you know, I built that, or I helped with that. And I can say with pride that I did something I liked, and that's that. And the Cleary Building gave me that.